So for my undergraduate dissertation, I conducted qualitative social research into mixed race identities and mixed race identity politics. My motivation behind this was my own personal experience, really. Growing up, I didn't realise it at the time, but as I've got older, I kind of recognise that I did somewhat feel like a bit of an outsider with my racial identity. One thing that I found in my research is that this feeling of like alienation and not really knowing where you fit in is quite a common experience for a lot of mixed race people. And a lot of that is due to the fact that we really do live in a society of binaries, you know, black and white, gay and straight, all of these things. And if you're someone whose identity is in the middle, you can often feel forgotten about or maybe pressures to choose a side to identify more closely with. I think one thing for me growing up is having either side of my family not looking anything like me. I literally have a whole white side and a whole black side of my family, and this extends beyond just skin colour. It's a whole different cultural experience, and I think quite often it's hard to navigate that. From the discussions I was having with my participants in my research, there was this strong feeling of you're not white enough to be white, but you're not black enough to be black. What does it mean to be mixed race? What is the mixed race identity? What is it? Like, what am I?
We're mixed. Of course people are going to touch my hair without asking. We're mixed. Of course people are going to ask which parent is white. We're mixed. Of course people are going to ask me if I brush my hair. We're mixed. Of course all of our siblings have different hair types. We're mixed. Of course people are going to be like, can't you get your hair like your sisters? We're mixed. Of course people are going to be like, I like your hair better straight. We're mixed. Of course people like to tell me the hairstyles that I can and cannot do. We're mixed. Of course I'm too white for the black kids and too black for the white kids. We're mixed. Of course my hair is my most prized possession.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. In today's video, we'll be talking about the identity crisis of biracial children. This is an issue that affects millions of kids growing up in multicultural households, and it can shape their self-esteem, sense of belonging, and mental health. If you're biracial or know someone who is, then this video is for you. So let's get straight into this video. And so what exactly is an identity crisis? Well, it's a period of uncertainty and confusion where a person struggles to define their sense of self. Biracial children are often caught between two or more racial or cultural backgrounds, which can make it challenging to develop a clear identity. Imagine being raised by a mother of one ethnicity and a father of another, both with different traditions, language, and social expectations. I mean, in theory, this sounds beautiful, but in practice, it can create feelings of displacement. Biracial children often ask themselves, like, where do I truly belong? Am I like my mom's side or my dad's? I mean, why do I have to pick just one side? And also society plays a role in shaping their identity, forcing them to choose or label themselves based on their appearance rather than their full cultural experience. So now, I'm going to play you a few videos so that you can see the challenges faced by biracial children.
I feel like growing up mixed race is an extreme sport. Like my entire life, I've just been like fighting for my life, trying to validate myself because I'm always having people invalidate me because of what I look like. And it's just so tiring, because when you're mixed, it's like you're not black enough for the black people, you're not white enough for the white people. So it's like, damn, where the fuck do I belong? And that shit is hard, man. That shit is so fucking hard because sometimes it be your own people saying, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Like, okay, what am I then? I'm just in the middle. But I'm not in the middle. I'm more black than I am white. But people are constantly calling me white. Why am I white? Can someone explain that to me, please?
Whenever I talk about my ethnic background or what I claim to be racially, I receive a lot of odd comments, and I know that I'm not the only ethnically diverse individual who experiences this because we've been experiencing this our entire lives. When I claim to be both Asian and black racially, it doesn't mean I don't love my Afrocentric features. I love the shape of my nose and the thickness of my lips and the color of my skin in the same way that I love my high cheekbones and my eyes. When I claim to be Asian American and African American culturally and ethnically, that doesn't mean I'm choosing one culture over the other. I grew up getting Girls' Day gifts and going to the Bone Dance in the same way that I grew up celebrating Juneteenth and Black History Month. It's not an either-or situation. So why are we still making mixed individuals choose? You can be more than one ethnicity and race and be proud of both and love both because that is who you are.
My mom is black and my dad is white, so I've always kind of had issues with my identity. I don't really look like anybody, and a lot of people say that's a good thing, but I don't see it as that. I've had people like grab my hair and like touch my hair on the street before and like, oh, this is different. And all my friends say like, oh, that's really cool, like you're so lucky that that happens to you, that people see something different about you, but I kind of look at it negatively sometimes. There's like a societal precedent that says like everyone's a special snowflake and we should all celebrate our uniqueness and our differences, but there are times when I don't celebrate my differences and I would just kind of like to be the same as everyone else. Because then you can like look at another person and be like, oh, I kind of look like that person, like I can do that hairstyle, or I can wear that outfit, or I can like look this certain way. If you look different from everybody else, there's no like base point just compare yourself to, I guess.
So from these videos, you have seen that biracial children usually struggle with a sense of belonging. I mean, many biracial kids feel like they don't fully belong to either racial or ethnic group. They may not look exactly like their parents or extended family members, leading to questions or even exclusions. This feeling of being too much of one or not enough of the other can make social interactions very difficult. Also, like different cultures have different expectations when it comes to language, traditions, and even values. A biracial child may feel pressure to conform more to one side of their heritage, especially if one culture is more dominant in their surroundings. And unfortunately, the world often categorizes people based on appearance rather than heritage. A biracial child may identify with both backgrounds, but society may label them based on the most prominent physical features. For example, someone who is black and Asian may be perceived as just black in certain environments and just Asian in others. I mean, this one drop rule mentality can force biracial children to suppress parts of their identity. Also, family influences. I mean, sometimes even with families, there can be biases towards one culture over another. Relatives may make comments about a child's skin tone, hair texture, or features, making them feel self conscious or disconnected from their roots. I mean, biracial individuals can experience discrimination from both sides. They might hear things like, you're not black enough, or you're too light to understand our struggles. So this can be deeply hurtful and confusing, leading to feelings of isolation. And let's all agree, I mean, these challenges can take a toll on a child's self esteem and mental health and leave them feeling like they need to change their personality depending on their environment. Also, questioning their self worth because they don't fit neatly into one category. And sometimes they may even experience identity shifts, as in embracing one side more when they are with certain friends or family members, and also struggle with self acceptance because they don't see enough positive representation of biracial people. So, we have seen studies showing that a strong sense of identity is crucial for a child's emotional well being. Without it, they may experience anxiety, depression, and difficulties forming meaningful relationships. And so, to summarize, biracial children don't have to choose one identity. They are unique, beautiful blends of both cultures, and that should be celebrated. If you're biracial, remember that your identity is yours to define. Otherwise, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you're biracial or have thoughts on this topic, please drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear your experiences and also just in general. I would love to hear what you people think. And so that's it from me. If you find this video useful, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.